Good day everyone. Today we're going to talk about functions. Before we start, let's have some review about functions. Choose the letter of the best answer. Number 1. What do you call a relation where each element in the domain is related to one value in the range by some rules? A. Function. B. Range. C. Domain. D. Independent. So the correct answer here is function. No? So this is the definition of function. Number 2. Which of the following relations is or are function or functions? Letter A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 7, and 5, 1. As you can observe in the first element, so there is a repetition. That means that one element in the domain corresponds to two elements in the range. So it is not a function. Okay, letter B. We have 3, 2, 2, 1, 8, 2, and 5, 7. As we can see here, every element in the domain corresponds to exactly one element in the range. The answer is function. Letter C, we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 6, and 17. The element 2 corresponds to two elements in the range. So this is not a function. Letter D, we have 2, 9, 3, 4, 9, 2, and 6, 7. So there's no repetition in the domain. So this is an example of function. If there's no repetition, that means that every element in the domain corresponds to exactly one element in the range. Number 3. In a relation, what do you call the set of x values or input? A. Piecewise. B. Range. C. Domain. D. Dependent. Our answer is letter C. Domain. So domain is the set of x values or the set of first elements in the ordered pairs. So number 4. What is the range of the function shown by the diagram? So this is the diagram. We have our first coordinates is 3, 1, 2, while our y values or second coordinate is a and b. So the second coordinate is called the range. So that's why our answer here is letter B. The range is a and b. Okay, so now that you have learned about functions, so let's discuss what is a relation. A relation is any set of ordered pairs. The set of all first elements of the ordered pair is called the domain of the relation, and the set of all second elements is called the range. For example, we have the coordinates 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Okay, so here our domain, here is the set of first coordinates, which is 1, 3, and 5. So here the first coordinate is the domain, while our range or the second coordinates is 2, 4, and 6. So 2, 4, and 6. So domain, and range. Okay, so what is function? A function is a relation such that each element in the domain corresponds to exactly one element in the range. In Tagalog, yung function daw is relation siya kung saan bawat element sa domain nagko-corresponds lamang ng isang element sa range. No? Example, which relations are functions? So letter A, titingnan lang tayo sa first coordinates para malaman kung nag-correspond nga ba siya sa isang range, no? So, kapag walang repetition na nangyari dito sa ating first elements, we can say that it is a function. Okay? So, focus lang tayo sa first element. I-disregard natin yung second element kasi nakasalalay doon sa first element kung function siya or hindi. Letter B, we have 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, 6. As you can see, bawat first element sa domain or sa relation is unique or walang repetition, so it is a function. So letter C, 1, 0, 0, 1, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, negative 1. So magpo-focus lang tayo dito sa first element. So 1, wala siyang kapareho sa first element, no? Ito is negative 1, so magkaiba yon. But yung 0 is may kapareho siya here. So yung 0, may dalawa yung correspondence niya. It's 1 and negative 1. So dahil dalawa na yung correspondence niya, so this is not a function. Letter D, we have AB, BC, CD, and AD. So titingin ka lang sa first element at obserbahan mo kung merong nangyaring repetition. So kapag meron, so this is not a function. Okay? Kung may tanong, itanong nyo lang sa teacher nyo. Next, sa mapping diagram naman tayo. Yung kanina is about relation or set of ordered pairs. Ngayon, sa mapping diagram tayo. Which of the following mapping diagram represents a function? So we have A, B, and C. Okay? So the first element is the domain, while the second element is the range. So in letter A, as you can observe, so bawat element sa domain, isa lang yung line niya. That means, isa lang yung correspondence niya, and therefore, it is a function. And letter B, as you can see, the element A has two correspondence. So 1 and 2. So this is not a function. While in letter C, as you can also observe, so Anna has one correspondence, which is Ryu, while Kissy have two correspondence, which is Lito and Pedro. So therefore, this is not a function. Okay. Next, let's go to function as graphs. No? So we have here, which of the following graph represent a function? So these are the Cartesian planes A, B, C, and D, and ito yung mga graph natin, no? In order to determine whether a graph is function or not, we need to apply the vertical line test. Sinasabi sa vertical line test that if you draw a vertical line and it passes only exactly 1 on the graph, so the graph is a function. So, sa Tagalog, kapag gumuhit ka daw ng vertical line at kapag isa lang yung intersection na nangyari, so that is a function. Okay? So, try natin sa letter A. Is it a function or not? So, example, if we draw a vertical line like that, so you can observe isa lang yung intersection na nangyari. So, letter E is function. Let's try letter B. So, letter B, if you draw a vertical line, anong napansin nyo? Okay, so there are two intersection. Okay, 1, 2. So, more than 1 na siya. So, this is not a function. Letter C. Okay, so a parabola is opening upward. If we draw a vertical line like that, so ang mapapansin mo lang isang intersection lang, no? So this is a function. Baka may nagtatanong, sir, dalawa yung intersection, eto tapos eto. So eto is x-axis yan, so hindi siya kasama doon, no? Hindi siya kasali sa graph. Ito lang yung graph natin, yung parabola, yung letter U, no? So etong nasa gitna is x-axis natin at y-axis. Letter D, if you draw a vertical line, obvious naman na there are more than one intersection, so that's why it is not a function. Okay, so I hope you understand how to determine whether a relation is function or not. Okay, so let's come now to the piecewise function. What is piecewise function? A piecewise function is a function in which more than one formula is used to define the output, no? Ibig sabihin, yung piecewise function daw is isang function siya, no? Kung saan meron siyang more than one. Ibig sabihin 2 or more formula, no? And may condition siya. Okay, so eto, no? Okay, so this is an example of piecewise function. Meron siyang more than one formula, no? Ito yung formula or rule of correspondence niya, no? So yun, may condition siya. So that is a piecewise function. So maraming nagtatanong nito, so I hope you listen well. So eto na yung example natin. Example 1. A certain chocolate bar costs 50 pesos per piece. However, if you buy more than 5 pieces, they will mark down the price to 48 per piece. Use a piecewise function to represent the cost in terms of the number of chocolate bars both. No? So let's use the function notation c of x. Okay, so this is the function notation na gagamitin natin. So sample lang to. You can use f of x, g of x, or kahit anong functional notation. Okay, so sabi sa condition, no, yung cost daw ng chocolate bar is 50 pesos, no? So if you're going to buy that per piece, so the formula is 50 times x, no? So where x is the number of chocolate bars na bibilhin mo, no? While yung 50, yun yung price. Okay, so wala pa siyang condition na binigay sa first sentence. So punta tayo sa second sentence. Ang sabi, however, if you buy more than 5 pieces, they will mark down the price to 48 per piece. Okay. Ang sabi niya, kapag more than 5 pieces na daw yung binili, ibig sabihin yung X mo, kapag bumili ka ng more than 5 or greater than 5, yung price niya is tag 48 na lang. So 48x, 48 times x. So eto na yung representation natin. Yung condition sa una, ibig sabihin 50 pesos lang yung price ng bawat chocolate bars kapag yung X mo or yung binili mo is less than or equal to 5. Tapos tag 48 pesos naman kapag greater than 5 na yung binili mo. So this is our piecewise function formula for this problem. Okay, so I hope nakuha kung paano na, by the way, kulang tayo ng equal sign. So I hope nakuha kung paano gumawa ng piecewise function, no? Kung paano mag-represent ng piecewise function. Example 2. A tricycle ride costs 10 pesos for the first 2 kilometers and each additional kilometers adds 8 pesos to the fare. Use a piecewise function to represent the tricycle fare in terms of the distance in kilometers. Okay, so gagawa ulit tayo ng piecewise function. First, we need to reread the first condition. Dito lang muna tayo, yung letter D yung pinapagamit, no? So, functional notation f of d, no? Okay, so ang sabi, yung cost ng tricycle ride is 10 pesos for the first 2 kilometers. Ibig sabihin, kung yung distance natin is equal or less than or equal, no? Dapat less than or equal kasi ang sabi for the first 2 kilometers, ibig sabihin pwedeng mag 1 kilometer 10 pesos pa din yung bayad. Okay, so less than or equal 2 kilometers, so yung babayaran mo is 10 pesos. So 10 lang, walang X or walang D kasi yun yung condition niya. Magbayad ka ng 10, it's either 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers. Tapos eto yung bago, each additional kilometer adds 8 pesos. So ngayon, pagdating dito sa second condition, ang sabi na sa bawat additional kilometers, ibig sabihin yung D natin is greater than 2 na, no? Yung babayaran natin is mag-add ka ng 8 pesos, no? So yung 8 pesos i-multiply natin sa number of kilometers, no? Kung ilan yung nadagdag. Pero magdadagdag ka lang ng 8 pesos kapag more than 2 na. So therefore, yung 8 i-multiply natin sa D minus 2, no? Yung distance niya, for example, 5 kilometers na. So yung 2 kilometers doon is 10 pesos pa lang, while yung 3 kilometers is 8 pesos na, no? So i-multiply natin yung, for example, 5 minus 2 is 3. So yung 3 i-multiply lang natin sa 8 plus 10. Yun yung total na babayaran niya. Okay, so I hope you learn and try this. I hope you answer this on the comment section, no? And if you have queries, just message me. Okay, so an internet company charges 500 for the first 30 gigabytes used in a month. Every exceeding gigabytes will then cost 30 pesos. But if the customer reach total of 50 gigabytes and above, a flat rate of 1,000 will be charged instead. Write a piecewise function C of G that represents the charge according to the gigabytes used. Okay, so yung hint ko lang dito is that meron kang magagawang tatlong formula for this. Meron siyang tatlong condition, no? Okay, so I hope you listen well and thank you for listening. God bless.